Movement, rhythm, and conversations with Tafari. Unchain your mind, let your spirit be free.
Welcome to Movement, Rhythm, and Conversation, the show where we delve into the profound impact of religion, spark provoking conversation, explore the world through an open-minded perspective. I'm your host, Tafari, here to bring you engaging discussions, eye-opening stories, and conversation that pulls no punches. Whether it's faith, culture, creativity, or real-life experience, we keep it raw, honest, and unfiltered.
Build black banks on black land, pass down wealth like a real inheritance plan. No more praying for what we can create, no more waiting on systems designed to dominate. Teach our daughters how to own their worth, teach our sons they are gods on this earth. Not just that.
Yeah, this is more than a brand. This is a movement. Healthy Hustle Society.
This episode of Movement, Rhythm, and Conversations with Tafari is proudly supported by Healthy Hustle Society. Healthy Hustle Society is a movement dedicated to helping men and families take control of their health, wellness, and financial future. Because real success isn't just about money, it's about having the energy, strength, and discipline to enjoy the life you're building. Through clean wellness products, practical health solutions, and opportunities to create additional income, Healthy Hustle Society is helping people upgrade their bodies, their mindset, and their bank accounts. If you believe that a strong body builds a strong mind, and a strong mind builds generational wealth, then you're already aligned with the Healthy Hustle mindset. To learn more about how you can improve your health and create new income streams, connect with the Healthy Hustle Society community today. Healthy Hustle Society, where health, discipline, and wealth move together. And now, let's get into today's episode.
Healthy living mixed with financial precision, because the real success we're all chasing today is having the strength to...
Ready to upgrade your health, mindset, and income? Connect with Healthy Hustle Society today. Email healthyhustlecociety@gmail.com or call 47-0406-1089 to learn how you can join the movement. Healthy Hustle Society, where health and wealth move together.
Peace and power, family. Before we get started, please take a moment to do something important. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you never miss an episode of Movement, Rhythm, and Conversations with Tafari. Every click, share, and subscriptions help push this movement forward, spreading knowledge, rhythm, and power into our community. Let's rise together. Now, let's get into today's conversation.
We were raised on broken stories, pages soaked in...
Welcome to Movement, Rhythm, and Conversations. I'm your host, Tafari, where we don't avoid hard conversations. We lean into them. Today's episode is titled, The Lost Drive. Did we fail Black youth, or did they lose their way? Now, let's be clear. This is not about tearing down our young people. This is about telling the truth, because something is happening right in front of us. We are witnessing a generation with more access than ever to information, technology, and opportunities. And yet, many are struggling with motivation, discipline, critical thinking, and direction. Employers are noticing, communities are feeling it, and families are asking the same question. What went wrong? Is this a failure of the system, a failure of parenting, a failure of education? Or is this a generation that has become too comfortable, too distracted, and too disconnected from what it takes to build something real? And here's the uncomfortable part. We can't just blame them, because every generation produced the next one. So if they're lacking something, who was responsible for giving it to them? Today we're going to break it down honestly, logically, and without excuses, because this isn't just about criticism. This is about accountability. and solutions. So let's get into it.
written for us, but the ancestors cracked it open.
We have failed Gen Z. And, I take the blame part of it because I have a Gen Z child. They are aloof. Today, I had a cleaning schedule for my apartment because I have been so busy that the disarray is just tremendous. And so I said, okay, I'm going to treat myself. I just completed this project and I deserve it. And so I got myself a cleaning lady. I decided to work from home today so that she could come and clean. She was supposed to arrive at 8:30. She did not arrive until 8:45. And when she arrived, she click on the intercom. Now, fine, whatever. She's talking to me on the intercom like, hey, so the app is down and I couldn't let them know that I was on my way. So do you want to reschedule? Young girl, why would I want to reschedule? Because the app is down. Make it make sense. So I was very nice. I was like, the app is down, so you cannot let them know you are here. So that means that the app comes back up. And when the app will come back up, that's when you can let them know that you weren't able to click the start button or whatever it is you have to click. And she was like, oh, I mean, yeah, but I don't know how I'm going to get paid if I do that. So I would rather I said, so you don't want to do the cleaning? So you want to do it? Basically is what you're saying because the website is down. And she was like, yeah, because it will be no record of me being there. And I said, I work in tech. And the funny thing about websites, they go down all the time and then they come back up. I work in an environment where if the website goes down, you still have to do your work. So, and then she was like, I never had this problem with any of my clients. Mind you, this is all through the intercom at my front door.
Well, that was an interesting perspective for the Gen Z generation. But let's ask a question. Did we fail the next generation? Before blaming young people, we need to ask a tougher question. Did the previous generation fail to prepare them properly? Every generation inherits what the one before has built or neglected. If today's youth lack direction, discipline, or critical thinking, we must look at the system. Environments, an example, they were given accountability doesn't start with them, it starts with us. Let's take a look at the motivation crisis. Why don't they care? Many young people today seem disengaged, lacking motivation, ambition, and a clear vision for the future. But motivation doesn't exist in a vacuum. When young people don't see straightforward path to success or don't trust the system, they pull back. Combine that with social media illusions of overnight success, and efforts begin to feel optional instead of essential. The death of critical thinking. One of the most worrying trends in the decline of critical thinking. While information is everywhere, analysis remains scarce. Many young people can consume content all day, but struggle to question, interpret, or apply. This results in a generation that is informed, but not truly educated. Without critical thinking, they become susceptible to influence instead of capable of leading. Now, here's a topic we should all be concerned with when it comes to Generation Z. Reading versus scrolling, the attention problem. Reading enhances comprehension, patience, and depth, while scrolling fosters speed, distraction, and surface understanding. Many young people today are conditioned for constant stimulation, making it hard to focus on books, long-form content, or deep learning. The result is shrinking attention span and consequently a reduced capacity to grow. Employers are watching and they are concerned. Across industries, employers consistently report similar concerns: lack of work ethic, poor communication skills, lack of ability to solve problems independently, low accountability. This isn't just about discrimination. It is also about readiness. If young people lack basic skills, employers will seek other candidates. Let's discuss the influence of environment and culture. Environment shapes behavior. If a young person grows up surrounded by low expectation, anti-intellectual attitudes, short-term thinking, then those patterns become normalized. Culture can either elevate or limit. If excellence isn't celebrated, mediocrity becomes acceptable. This subject should pique our curiosity. The role of technology, tools or trap. Technology has created opportunities, but also dependencies. Instead of using it as a tool for learning and growth, many young people mainly use it for entertainment. Algorithm rewards distraction, not discipline. Without guidance, technology becomes a trap that wastes time and doesn't create value. We may just need to face it. The Gen Z generation lack of mentorship and guidance. Previous generations often had stronger mentorship structure through family, communities, or institutions. Today, many young people navigate life without consistent guidance. Without mentorship, mistake growth direction diminishes and potential remains unrealized.
This is more than a brand. This is a movement. Healthy Hustle Society.
This episode of Movement, Rhythm, and Conversations with Tafari is proudly supported by Healthy Hustle Society. Healthy Hustle Society is a movement dedicated to helping men and families take control of their health, wellness, and financial future. Because real success isn't just about money, it's about having the energy, strength, and discipline to enjoy the life you're building. Through clean wellness products, practical health solutions, and opportunities to create additional income, Healthy Hustle Society is helping people upgrade their bodies, their mindset, and their bank accounts. If you believe that a strong body builds a strong mind, and a strong mind builds generational wealth, then you're already aligned with the Healthy Hustle mindset. To learn more about how you can improve your health and create new income streams, connect with the Healthy Hustle Society community today. Healthy Hustle Society, where health, discipline, and wealth move together. And now, let's get into today's episode.
Healthy living mixed with financial precision. Because the real success we're all chasing today is having the strength to...
Ready to upgrade your health, mindset, and income? Connect with Healthy Hustle Society today. Email healthyhustlecociety@gmail.com or call 47-0406-108-9 to learn how you can join the movement. Healthy Hustle Society, where health and wealth move together.
Let's have this conversation. Redefining success, fast versus sustainable. Many young people see a version of success that seems quick and easy. Viral, fame, instant money, minimal effort. But true success is built on consistency, discipline, skill development. When expectations don't match reality, frustration replies effort. We have to reintroduce the value of process, not just outcome. Let's have a discussion about the path forward, accountability, and rebuilding. This is not a hopeless situation, but it does require honesty. Both generations must take responsibility. Older generation must provide structure, mentorship, and example. Young generation must develop discipline, curiosity, and accountability. The goal is not to criticize, but to rebuild, because the future of the community depends on whether we can shift from consumption to creation, distraction to discipline, reaction to critical thinking. We didn't just inherit this situation, but we do have the power to change it.
The traditional promise that a college degree guarantees a better life is collapsing, especially for young men. Recent research reveals a startling truth. Gen Z men with college degrees are now facing unemployment rates almost equal to those without one. This is a major shift from just over a decade ago, when having that degree gave you a real edge in the job market. Let's get into the facts. Back in 2010, young men without college degrees had much higher unemployment rates than their degree-holding peers. It was clear if you went to college, your chances of getting a job were significantly better. But in today's economy, that gap has closed. Now, whether you have a degree or not, your chances of finding work as a young man are nearly the same. And that's a serious warning sign about the value of higher education, especially for Black men who've been told for decades that education is the way out of poverty. Meanwhile, young college-educated women, especially in fields like healthcare, are doing better. They're seeing unemployment rates closer to 4%, and many are taking on roles that offer flexible hours or part-time options. Employers are hiring them because there's growing demand in those sectors. But for men, especially those aiming for more traditional corporate roles, that demand just isn't there. So what are young men doing instead? Many are walking away from the college route altogether. Since 2020, trade school enrollment has jumped by 20%. You've got young men choosing to become mechanics, welders, electricians, and carpenters. They're learning hands-on skills that are in high demand and lead to steady, well-paying jobs without the crushing debt of a 4-year degree. From 2011 to 22, we saw 122 million fewer young people attending college. 1 million of them were men. That's not a coincidence. That's a generational decision. Young men are looking at the system, doing the math, and saying, it's not worth it. Even business leaders like Daniel Lebetsky, founder of Ken Snacks, are stepping up and telling the truth. Trades are not lesser jobs. They're smart, stable, and respectable career paths. And more importantly, they don't leave you with $100,000 in debt and a degree that might not even land you a job. Let's be clear, this isn't just about the economy. It's about freedom. It's about control. Gen Z men are realizing they don't have to follow a broken system. They can build careers, families, and futures without getting stuck in the college to cubicle pipeline. So when people ask, why aren't young men going to college anymore? The answer is simple, because the numbers don't lie. The return on investment just isn't there. And the sooner we accept that, the sooner we can start building new systems that actually serve our young people, especially our Black boys and men who've been misled and underserved for far too long.
Movement, rhythm, and conversations with Tafari. Unchain your mind, let your spirit be free.
If you've listened to this entire conversation, then you already understand that this isn't about blame. It's a matter of responsibility, because whether we like it or not, the next generation reflects what was built before them. If there's a lack of discipline, if there's a lack of critical thinking, if there's a lack of drive, we need to ask ourselves, was it never taught or was it never reinforced? At the same time, young people have to understand something too. Access without discipline means nothing. Information without application means nothing. Opportunity without effort means nothing. This world is not slowing down, and no one is going to lower the standards just because you're not prepared. So the real question moving forward is, are we going to continue pointing fingers or rebuild the standards? Because it's not too late, but it will require stronger mentorship, stronger accountability, stronger thinking, and a willingness to change on both sides. Because progress is not automatic. It's intentional. This is Movement, Rhythm, and Conversations. I'm your host, Tafari. Unchain your mind, reclaim your soul. Now let's reclaim our economic power. And I'll see you in the next conversation. Most importantly, stay Black. Peace.
Build black banks on black land. Pass down wealth inheritance plan. No more praying for what we can create. No more waiting on systems designed to dominate. Teach our daughters how to own their worth. Teach our sons they are gods on this earth.
If today's conversation spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share with the family, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on your notification so you never miss an episode of Movement, Rhythm, and Conversation with Tafari. Together we rise. Unchain your mind, reclaim your soul.